Hi, how's it going? So in this video we're going to connect our S3 with a VPC, and this is part 8 of the VPC of the Nextwork's networking project, and we're going to handle part 9 and we're done. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to create one VPC, has one public subnet, it's going to have one EC2 instance, and we're going to connect it with an S3 bucket, and we're going to try to let the EC2 instance connect to the S3 buckets with some files in there. I'm going to do this on my own without any guidance, and so let's go. So first we're going to set up our VPC and then our EC2 instance. So here we go. Okay, so VPCs. I'll leave everything as is and change this to one availability zone, one public subnet, and no private subnets. We're going to create. Next thing we're going to do is launch an EC2 instance. Let's call it instance. Nextwork. Oops. Ooh, dangerous. Almost dropped my phone. Let's see. Okay. Leave everything as is. Make sure we're on the free tier. Okay. Proceed. Edit. Choose our VPC. It's ours. We're going to enable. And we're going to create a new security group. And we're going to call it SG Nextwork. Oops. I'm going to allow SSH everywhere. I'm going to leave it just as is. Launch. So we've created a VPC and EC2 instance. Now we're going to connect to our EC2 instance. So let's view our instances. Let's set it to only the running. Let's connect. Now we need to create an access key. So we're connected. Now let's create our access key. So we'll go to IAM, or we could just search access key and it should show IAM over here. So once you get into IAM, we'll go to IAM users and we'll find this. This is the one I'm using, the account I'm using. And then I'll go to security credentials and scroll down to access keys. Or I could just do it again from here, but this also works. We're going to click this. We're going to use the command line interface. And then next. And we're going to give it a description. I'll say it's access key created to access an S3 bucket from an EC2 instance. Perfect. And we have them here. Next, create an S3 bucket with 2 files. So let's create an S3 bucket. Let's call it Nextwork VPC knee. Will this work? I think so. We'll leave everything as is. And we'll upload 2 files in here. Hit upload. Now we're going to connect our S3 buckets to, well, we're going to connect to the S3 bucket from our EC2 instance. That's the last step. So here we go. This is it. In the meantime, first let's look. So we can see there's our S3 buckets, and these are what's in here. So let's go. Let's do AWS configure. Oh, wait, actually let me refresh this first. It should be AWS S3 LS. Then we can see that our EC2 instance doesn't have access to the EC2 instance doesn't have access to the S3 bucket, so we have to give it access. And so we'll do AWS configure. And it's going to ask for access key, so we're going to come here and take the access key from here, paste it, and then the secret key. Paste it as well. And the region we're using is Cape Town, which is AF South 1. And we'll leave the format as it is, and we'll do the command again, AWS S3 LS. And now we can see Nextwork VPC knee, and that is this. Alright. So now we want to look inside the buckets to see what we have there. So we'll do AWS S3 LS, and we'll mention the directory. So Nextwork VPC knee. That's it. Nextwork VPC knee. AWS S3 LS. Oh, okay. Nextwork VPC knee. And we can see the 2 files we uploaded in here. Nextwork Denzel is awesome, and Lilo is awesome. And we have that. So we're going to create a new file. In the meantime, we'll call it we'll say sudo touch, and sudo touch creates a file if the file isn't already there. Temp. Is it temp or tmp? I'm not too sure. Let's see, test.txt. That should be created. So we'll do AWS S3 CP. Then we'll do /tmp test. .txt, and we want to move it into the S3 bucket. So now if we do AWS LS S3, it will just show us the bucket. Oops. No, AWS S3, sorry, S3 LS will show us the bucket. And then if we do AWS S3 ls, and then we mentioned the buckets we're talking about specifically, which is S3 Nextwork VPC knee. We should see all the three files, the test that we just created. So if we go into our S3 bucket and we refresh it, we will see the third file, test.txt. Perfect. Alright, and that's the end of this project. So we could do exit, and we're out of it. If I type now, nothing can write in here until maybe I refresh it. And to connect. Now if I do type, I mean we still have the previous commands, which means it's still connected to the S3 bucket. So if I do this, we're still going to see the, not this, I mean if we do the proper command, which is AWS S3 ls, not lss3, we'll see our S3 bucket. If I do this command S3 ls and I mention the buckets, we will see whatever's in that bucket. So we're done with this. We can close it now. We can delete our resources. Let's start with the access key. We can delete, but first you have to deactivate and then delete it. Then we'll go to our S3 bucket and we will first empty the bucket. Next, we're going to delete the S3 bucket itself. And then we're going to terminate our EC2 instance. I have to wait for it to shut down first. That's good. Let me do this. We have to wait because if we try to delete the VPC while it hasn't fully terminated, it won't work. I'm assuming it's working now. Yeah, so now we can delete it because over here it should be terminated, yeah. So we're good. This project took us 13 minutes, so it was pretty fast. See ya.